Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem Makakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of the millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor Campaign in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video of sincerity and the truth. Lord willing, it can be edifying. All right, this is going to be an exhortation to the brothers who have wives, okay? And more than like, I'm really speaking about your main squeeze, Eve, as it were. We know it's lawful to have more than one wife according to the law of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, but that's not necessarily what I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about, in this unfortunate situation that we're in, whether you got with the chick before you came into the truth, or whether you met her while you were in the truth. All right, nonetheless, all right, this is going to be just some quick exhortation. The Spirit is heavy on me. For brothers that deal with Eve, man. Deal with Eve, or, have a wife on this side. All right, and just, some exhortation. And then just reading some scriptures, it applies to myself first and foremost, man, because hell, having a woman in this thing, man, it adds a very much a layer of complexity to your life. All right, and I don't mean that in the most positive way all the time, because when you come at to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and we the Spirit works with us to understand doctrine, to understand what the will of the Lord is. We come to the understanding of what we're supposed to do. We also come to the understanding of the roles that our women are supposed to play within our lives, okay? And the world is completely ass backwards. The world, according to the world and according to these women who have been raised in this world, all right, we're supposed to cater to them, all right? We're supposed to cater to their needs. We're supposed to, oh yes, baby, simp as you will, all right? But as men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, all right, we're called to a higher calling. And that's not the spirit that we come in, right? So, of course, naturally, you're going to butt heads. You're going to butt heads, man. I've dealt with, the mother of my children since before I came into the truth, And, of course, if she be pleased to dwell with you according to the scriptures, hey, don't cast her out. You don't necessarily have to have a woman in the faith, all right? And really, to be frank, our apostles and elders and brethren have given many accounts and have given warning about dealing with women that know that they're Israelites. All right, them low-key be the worst ones. All right, it's better if you're gonna deal with a woman, it's better to deal with one that doesn't know. But either way, you're still, even when you dealing with a woman in the world, all right, that's why the apostles and elders through the Spirit, man, they've been on they've been trailblazing, man. They've been saying leave Eve alone. All right, now, of course, take heed to that information, but that doesn't mean, and we'll get the scriptures. That doesn't mean that you just up and, leave your family, leave your woman and all that shit, man. Because the Lord, has us in certain situations for a reason. Hey, some it might be for the dramatics of Jacob's trouble, and hey, whether or not she's going to stick it out with you, or whether or not, you might have to, forsake your family. All right, and that might be your lot. We don't know yet. We're not to that point yet. All right, but as of right now, especially when I hear, the apostles and elders say, hey, leave Eve alone. And, hey, I take heed. But of course, it's not always so cut and dry when it comes to if you already have a situation. All right, you have to learn how to deal wisely. We know the scriptures that speak about I'd rather deal with a dragon to keep company with a wicked woman, roughly paraphrasing, a brawling woman, a contentious ass woman. And that's the embodiment of the so-called black woman, unfortunately. All right, and this ain't necessarily the bash Eve, whatever, man. There's so much other shit going on in the world that we ain't really, we're not really worried about that no more, man. Like a damn woman. All right, these Americans, Jake worried about this whole pop the balloon shit and trying to date and all that shit, man. That shit is dead. Okay, we understand Isaiah 4:1 is gonna come. All right, and that's not something that we're just necessarily craving. All right, us as men, we do have that desire, but we have a higher calling. We have a higher purpose. All right, women really are an afterthought. Our first thought is serving So like it, serving Yahweh Bashmi I was shot, right? Um, but not to get too long-winded, man. You know, just being in certain situations, just knowing how to deal wisely. You know, a lot of these things be a test. You know, and when you fortify your mind, and Satan can't infiltrate by way of your you know, entering your mind, you know, he definitely will find other avenues, and that number one avenue will be that one that lays in the bed with you, man. All right, just to keep it a buck. And they'll say some things, and they'll try to do some things, and you know, it could be them or it could be Satan. You know, it's damn near one and the same, to be real, but it's a test, man. All right, we have to have faith that we serve Yahweh Shemiah Rashad. The scripture says that a wicked woman is giving a portion to a wicked man. All right, now you have to examine yourself. Now, we're not perfect. All right, we do go off, but hey, the Lord still has you in this truth. You know, to the brothers that this applies to, if the Lord still has you in this truth, and he still has you being fervent, but you're having problems in the flesh with that woman, all right, hey, it's just, hey, it is what it is, man. It's just that, you know, it's Satan trying to get at you, trying to claw at you, because he can't fortify your mind, or because you fortified your mind and he can't infiltrate, right? But I wanted to start with this scripture right here, because, you know, this, you know, all the scriptures that speak about these certain situations and things, they're written for a reason. All right, it's not just empty. It's not just to fill lines, man. This book is full of wisdom, full of prophecies, full of the law of the Lord, you know, and the Spirit, you know, definitely is contained within this within these scriptures, within these words, right? So let's start here. 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. All right, so a part of that, you know, what's written therein is how to deal with that woman. All right, so it is profitable. All right, it's written, the scripture is written for a reason. Scriptures say, hey, all wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. The Lord was giving us the Spirit and putting us on game as to dealing with these women, man. You know, and it is profitable. Now, we don't do this just to make videos on the damn nigga woman and cuss them out and call them all types of names. All right, there has to be some edification to it. And really, once again, this video isn't even about the damn woman. It's about brothers that are dealing with these type of women, man. All right, and I feel that I'm, you know, at liberty to speak on this because this is something that's been a part of my walk. I've often asked the Lord, just in, you know, in thought, like, you know, like why am I in this situation? You know, why, you know, because certain brothers, they don't, you know, they don't have to deal with a woman. They didn't come into the truth with a woman and with children and stuff. All right, it wasn't their lot. There was a lot that I was particularly given to, and I know other brothers, and I know some brothers have walked away from that family. You know, and some brothers have stuck it out, knowing how to maneuver and knowing how to use wisdom in these situations to keep yourself, you know, keep your head clear. You don't want to be getting into a bunch of fights. You don't want to be sitting there arguing with a woman. I think about a lot about what Elder Yashawama had said one time. You know, it's just simple. Hey, a woman want to sit there and argue, and you don't want to argue, don't fucking argue. An argument cannot happen, all right, if there's only one party, man. Let her ass argue with herself, man. All right, we're men. All right, we must gird up ourselves, our loins as men. If she asking you a question, all right, and you don't want to answer it, don't fucking answer it. All right. Of course, don't be a lion in your household. Don't be a tyrant. Use wisdom. All right, use wisdom, but at the end of the day, be a man. Be a fucking man. And this goes to myself first and foremost, man. And this took years of getting emotional, letting this woman get you bent out of shape, you know, name calling, putting hands on each other, man. That shit is off. That's not order. If she don't want to, if she don't want to go high, if she don't want to maneuver and move and stump to your vibration, you can cut her ass off, man. You know, if she's really, I'll say this, if she starts affecting your walk in this faith, man, you know, if she starts hindering you from camp or hindering you from doing the work of the Lord, cut her ass off, man. But if she's if she, you know, when you deal with a woman, as we're gonna get, you know, the wise words of Apostle Paul if she's pleased to dwell with you, if she hey, whatever, every relationship, every situation gonna have its little things, man. But if she allowing you to still do the work of the Lord, that's the most important thing, man. You can dwell with her, whatever. But all that arguing, all that going back and forth, all right, that shit is dead, man. All right, we're men. All right, they are not equal to us, And sorry if this gets any woman offended. All right, but you should be thankful. All right, we're not equal. We're not held to the same standard. All right, if men and women were held to the same standard in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, most of you women would not make it. King Solomon himself said, 1 man out of 1,000 have I found righteous, but a woman have I not found. So you women would be fucking through. All right, where you please the Lord, where you can please the Lord, is by serving your man. If the Lord is putting you in a position where you're with a man of the Lord, and particularly, stop giving that man hell, man. You want to know all the intricacies of what he got going on, what's in his phone, trying to keep him. These modern women, all right, see, now the spirit got me hot. These damn women will spend so much time trying to figure out what the fuck you doing instead of figuring out how it is they can better serve you. That shows you the fucked up situation we're in. And if anything, that shouldn't put you in a woe is me spirit. That should give you the fervency to continue to serve the Lord, because we know this is very much finite. All right, this is not going to be forever. This has an end point. When America falls, so does feminism, so does all the back talk, all the bickering. Oh, we're equal. Oh, I need this from you. You need to serve me. That's going to be a thing of the past. So, once again, these scriptures, all right, they even go into these women, all right, that are even applied now. It is profitable, So let's go back. It might have been 1 Corinthians. Let's see where it's at. Okay, come on. Yep. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Now, these are the wise words of Apostle Paul, right? Verse 6. But I speak this by permission and not of commandment. So if you don't want to, hey, it's not a commandment. It's not a law. Okay? But these are the words of wisdom from a man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It would profit you to take heed, right? All right, I got the blowers. Hold on. We're going to walk back this other way. All right, so this is by permission, right? The Lord is giving them, is giving him that authority to speak. That's why we're seeing Apostle Paul's writings, right? Verse 7, for I would that all men were even as I myself. All right, Apostle Paul wasn't married. He didn't, I don't think he didn't have children. He was focused on the ministry. So he said, hey, this ain't law, but hey, I would rather you all be like me. But every man have his proper gift from the Most High. One after this manner and another after that. Everybody has their own, thing in this truth as far as, what they're supposed to be covering. Everybody's covering their bases. All right. Some is given they go deep, always going into the prophecy. Some brothers going into the history. Some brothers go into the exhortation. Some brothers do a little bit of both, but it's still profitable. All right. It says, verse 8, I say, therefore, to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. So to the unmarried women and the widows, it's cool. It's better if you just serve the Lord. Now, of course, we in this flesh, and the Lord created us to desire one another. He created the man to desire the woman and the woman to desire the man. So he understands that, right? It says, verse 9, but if they cannot contain, let them marry. For it is better to marry than to burn. So if you're a woman and you ain't you're not spoken for, since you've been in this truth, then hey, marry. Get with a brother. It says for it is better to marry than to burn, right? You don't want to be out here committing fornication. You don't want to be out here committing adultery, on some dumb shit, because you can't control yourself, man. All right, because we got to move in wisdom so that ministry be not blamed, right? Verse 10, it says, and unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband. But and if she departed, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband. And let not the husband put away his wife. Now, here's the part where, we're getting into the meat of this lesson. All right, so if you a man and you got a woman, don't put her away. It says, let not the husband put away his wife. Verse 12, but to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. So if you got a woman and she pleased to dwell with you, she like you, she fuck with you, she vibe with you, cool, she don't give you too much hell. All right, because there will be circumstances, man. All right, as I'm gonna finally get, there will be circumstances where we in the flesh, man. We're not perfect, and neither are our women. All right, we're not necessarily called to be perfect. We won't be perfect until the end, right? Until we get beamed up, right? Verse 13, and the woman which have an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. All right, so if you got a man that he's an unbeliever, and he's pleased, you doing everything you supposed to do as a woman, for that man, don't leave that man. IUIC tries to teach differently though. And let me jump down because I was looking for something else. Let me see. I was in the 28th verse. Come on. All right, we're gonna jump down. Right. Verse 27, right? It says, art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loose. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife. So if the Lord got you in a situation, and the way the economy is moving and all this shit, man, it's very hard to sustain yourself and a family, especially like if you like in a co-parenting situation and shit, man, that shit's probably damn near impossible. If these so-called single mothers, or if these single mothers didn't have the aid and shit from Esau, their ass would be in the hole too, man. All right, so certain we in the end, the Lord just got us in certain situations, man. All right, so if you with it, don't seek not to be loose. Or if you've been loose from her, if the Lord got you out of that situation, seek not a wife, man. Don't be trying to jump back in no relationship. The Lord is doing it for a reason. Verse 28, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned, right? You didn't break a law. And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. So the Apostle Paul told us, he said, look, you ain't seeing, if you solo dolo right now and you want to get with a chick, or you want to get with a dude, if you didn't have a dude before, you're not going off, man. You're not in the wrong, but you will have trouble in the flesh. And that's what the point of this lesson was about. To brothers that are dwelling in this situation, you're going to have troubles in the flesh, man. There's going to be boiling points. The scriptures do not lie. There's going to be boiling points where fumes will, emotions will be high. And us as men of Yahweh Shemi Shah, all right, we got to walk with wisdom to them that are without. The scriptures say that she's been, that she doesn't, how does it go? The Lord has deprived her of wisdom, man. Speaking about especially these women in the world. So we have to walk with that wisdom. We have to keep a cool head, even though they get to be emotional little fucking children, man. And that's just what it is. And that's how, and pray to the Lord and watch how the Lord clears shit up, man. All right. Hey, a lot of times it just be a test. Don't put yourself in no fucked up positions over this woman. This is just some exhortation on how to move, a little bit of spiritual advice. I'm not the most seasoned brother, but I've had to deal with this particular situation since I've come into the truth. And Thawadi Yahweh Shemi Shah for allowing me to remain resilient and fervent in this faith, man. Because some men have had their faith knocked, and their woman trying to make them choose between them and the truth. Hey, well, for me,